Hello and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope today, hope you're feeling grand and all is well in your world. Hello there, everybody. Today's vid, everybody, is entitled "Why I Don't Like Doing Negative Reviews." So, in the past, because most of my demos and reviews of things are very, very positive. I always say this is awesome and this, that, and the other. People always, there are those people who kind of like, well, is there anything you don't like? You know what I mean? And yes, of course there is. But I don't review that kind of thing here. I don't see the point. And I'm going to talk about that today. Why? Because I think I've spoken about this before, but it's probably like in an A&Q or something. But I've never really wanted to do negative reviews. I've done maybe a handful, if that. You can probably count them on one hand. And the main reason for me not wanting to do it is simply I don't want people to be swayed by something I don't like to not go and buy it. You know what I mean? A good example of this is the Marshall Code. I demoed that thing a while back now, and I utterly loathed it, and I still do to this day. I despise the Marshall Code. I think to me, it was one of the worst amps I've ever played through. But other people love it. You know what I mean? And people do love it and they make it sound good. But for me, I couldn't get on with it at all. I hated every second I played through it. It didn't feel right. It didn't, I couldn't understand it. It was just a bit kind of like, no for me. But this is the reason why I don't like to do negative reviews, because you see, that review could inspire somebody to go, well, I won't bother then. But that could be their dream amp. And in all fairness, I feel like I want to delete the Marshall Code videos, and I probably will delete the Marshall Code videos, because I don't think it's fair. Because, as I always... Sorry, don't pause on my phone. But as I've always said in videos, like, what's rubbish to one person is the dream of another. You know what I mean? This guitar is a dream for me. I love this guitar to bits. But somebody else, this could be an absolute dog. So, this is the main reason why I don't like doing negative reviews. I don't like the idea of something I say or my review swaying somebody out of their dream amp, guitar, pedal, whatever. So, and that's really that's basically it, because everyone kind of has a difference of, everyone's got a difference of opinion and everyone's got different ears and we all perceive things and hear things differently, as we should. It's kind of not fair for me to just kind of stand up here and kind of like just bash everything I don't like. So if things come to me that I don't like, which has happened, I won't review it. I'll just send it back, or I'll just be like, no, sorry, it's not for me. And that has happened. I have been sent things in the past where I'm like, I can't review that because I just don't get on with it. And the review I did on it would not be fair because it'd be coming from the standpoint of somebody who doesn't like it. And for me, that's pointless. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It really doesn't make any sense to me of why I would do that. Because, like I say, I don't want people to be swayed by what I say. People have to make up their own minds. You have to go out there and you have to try everything yourself. Because what might not work for me might work for you. And it might just become your main thing. You never know. So, and I don't want to be responsible for kind of going to somebody, oh yeah, don't do this, don't do that, because that's rubbish. Because it's only rubbish to me because it doesn't work for me. It might be amazing to you, like I say. So that's the main reason I don't like to do negative reviews, really. Another reason is like I don't like to reflect badly on things that I don't like. I don't want to come across bitter and twisted towards things, and I think that can happen quite a lot with negative reviews. It's like, you just come across as a bit kind of bitter towards things, and I don't like bashing things. You know what I mean? I don't like saying, oh, this is utterly terrible, I feel bad about doing it about the Marshall Code just now. And I felt bad about the Marshall Code videos since I've done them, and I don't know when that was. But I don't like getting on camera and just slating a product. I don't mind pointing out things I don't like about a product. For instance, like, I don't like this, I don't like where that is, and I don't like the way this sounds here when that's there. I don't mind doing that, but to go on camera and just basically just say, this is terrible, this is rubbish, this is garbage, don't bother with this, that seems to me to be really stupid for me, personally. I don't get it. I don't really... Again, just my opinion. I personally don't feel like I want to do that. like at all. I don't think it's fair. Not only to the people who make the product or who are marketing the product or selling the product, it's not fair to you out there. So certain things I just won't do because, like I say, it's just not fair and it's just not right in my opinion. I think it's a lot better to just kind of go like, well, you know, this doesn't work for me, so I'm not going to review it. But like, you know, if somebody really asks my opinion on it, if I've tried it, I'll say, well, it didn't work for me. But you know, you try it. You never know. You might love it. You know, but this is why there's no negative. There's very, very limited negative reviews on this channel, is because I just don't like doing it. It feels wrong, and I feel like it's just, you know, I'm not about to just do it just because it just feels really wrong. And the only reason I did the Marshall code was because so many people were on at me to do it, and I did it, and I bought the amp, and it went back. I sent the thing back actually. It's one of the only amps I've ever sent back because I just, not because it was broken, just literally because I just didn't like it at all. And it makes me feel bad saying that now because, like I said, I know a lot of people out there love the Marshall code. And I know a lot of people out there really enjoy it and make it sound great. But for me, it just didn't work, you know. So for me to kind of get on my little soapbox and start kind of going, no, feels wrong. And I remember doing that video, it's kind of put me, I'm still there to be honest, it kind of put me in a bit of a turmoil thing, because I was just a bit like, oh, that feels really bad. Like, you know, I'd have rather have just said, like, you know, oh, well, I tried it, but I don't like it, and then just never reviewed it. That's what should have happened, and it didn't, and I regret that, to be honest with you, people too. I really regret that. I really wish I had just gone, no, and not bothered with it, and never uploaded it. Like I say, those videos might just disappear now. So, but yeah, but again, it might be stupid what I'm saying. You know, you know, I don't know. I'm not the cleverest. You know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the box. I'm a bit of an idiot, so I don't really know. But to me, it just feels weird to be doing negative reviews. I mean, I did one recently with the Epiphone Les Paul, but the thing is, that wasn't necessarily a negative review because that guitar is amazing. It's the neck that doesn't work for me. The guitar itself is great, sounds great. Sounds great, feels great. It's just the neck doesn't work for my hand shape. It doesn't really work for me. Yeah, the build quality is amazing on that thing. Oh my god! Although it is a bit lazy not having a burst on the back, but hey. But that's about as negative as I'd ever like to go with a review from now on. Is basically saying, like, you know, this guitar's, you know, this amp, this pedal is amazing. It does this, and but I'm not gonna. But but it doesn't work for me. That'd be as far as what I'd go with a negative review. If something came to me that I literally just was like, no, you're never gonna see it. You know, because I get a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but a lot of people will say sometimes in the past that, like, everything you play is the best you've ever played on. And it's like, well, yeah. In all fairness, you have to go a long way these days to find bad products. You know, you really do. Yeah, you have to go. I mean, we are really spoiled in this day and age when it comes down to guitars, amps and pedals. You know, there's so much, and it's all really good as well. You know, well, not all, but mostly pretty, you know, really good stuff. You know, so that's the reason why there's not negative reviews. And I wanted to just like do a little video. It's not going to be a ridiculous long video, this one, but I wanted to do a video on it, just kind of clearing up why and what my thought process is behind that. Just so if anybody ever kind of like says, well, why do you never do negative reviews, I can refer them to this video and hopefully it'll make sense. Or not. I mean, I don't know, but hopefully this is making some kind of sense, people to you. I don't know, but yeah, I just don't like to slate things. You know, I like to be. I would like things to have a fair chance. And so if something doesn't work for me, and I just go, oh, it's crap, don't bother with it, that's not giving it a fair chance. Because like I say, one person's gold is another person's rubbish. But one person's rubbish is another person's gold. You know, so it's not fair really for me to be coming on here and just kind of saying, I don't like it, so you shouldn't, because that's not the way it works. You know, it's like, you know, it's the way it works is I don't like it for me, but you should try it because you never know. You might absolutely love it. You know, like I say, it might become your number one guitar or your number one pedal or your number one amp or whatever. You know, I don't mind recommending things, but as when it comes down to negativity, I just don't really want to be part of that. Yeah, I don't like to just kind of like do reviews just for the sake of like being negative. You know, if I review something, it's because I love it and I think it sounds great, or it does something that I really like. You know, because that Epiphone, for instance, that Les Paul, God, that Les Paul sounds immense and it looks amazing as well. It looks absolutely stunning. It really did. The tobacco burst, oh God, gorgeous. But again, neck didn't work, and because that's where you spend all your time, you know, if the neck doesn't work for you, it's not really going to work, is it? But I did want to show you the guitar because, like I say, they are great guitars, and I can guarantee that, like, just because it doesn't work for me, might not mean it might not mean it might be your favourite guitar. So anyway, people, I just wanted to do a quick video talking about that really quickly. I hope this has made some kind of sense. If it hasn't, I do apologise. I'm kind of doing my best. I'm in a bit of a funny mindset recently. I'm struggling again. Here we go again. Way down the spiral we go. But I get told that quite a lot. Like, you never do negative reviews, and the trolls come out. They love that, you know. So I thought I would just explain why. And like I say, I just don't like to just rag on things unnecessarily. Like I say, because I don't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't or can't. You know, everyone's got to think for themselves. You know, you've got to try things out for yourself, make your own opinion on what you like or don't like. You know, you shouldn't be swayed by what I say or what anybody says. You know, you should be only listening to your inner self and what you want and what you feel when you're using things. If it feels good, it's good. If it feels bad, it's bad. It's literally as simple as that. So something to take away from this vid, if there is anything to take away, is like I say, just be you. You know, don't listen to other people. You know, just, you know, make your own opinions on stuff. Try things out all the time. You know, the more you try, the more experience you'll get. The more experience you get, the more you'll understand you, which is great. You know, and then you don't have to, you know, you can just make your own decisions. I got to a point about 2-3 years ago where I can play through an amp, play through a pedal, play on a guitar, and within a couple of seconds I'll know whether I like it or not. You know, it will literally take a couple of seconds because of all the stuff I've played in my guitar playing life. It's just kind of led me to go, well, I like this and I like that, and I want my amp to do this. I want my guitar to feel like this. I want the pedal to sound like that. Da, da, da. And if it doesn't do that, then I'm not interested. You know, so and I'm not a tweaker. You know, I'm not one of those guys who's going to sit here all day tweaking a pedal until it sounds just so. Once I find a setting I like, it stays that way. You know, I'm very much that creature of habit who kind of like, you know, once everything's set, leave it alone, don't touch it again, because that's the way I want it to be. You know, I ain't changed the settings on my Governor since I got it. I ain't changed the settings on my DS2 since I got that. You know, nothing ever changes for me, really. The amp settings are always the same and stuff like that. So, and because of that, I just know what I want out of something. You know, I just know exactly what I want. And so, yeah. Anyway, I digress. But like I said, I just want to do a quick video on this explaining why I don't do negative reviews and why I don't like to do negative reviews on the channel. I just feel it's kind of not fair. Because like I say, you know, just to reiterate one more time, what I don't like, you might love. And what you don't like, I might love. You know, and again, that's the way it's supposed to be. We're all individual. We're all human. And because of that, you know, we all like different things, and that's the way it should be. We shouldn't all like the same thing. It'd be weird if everybody liked the same thing. It'd be very, very strange. Come back here. So, you know, just be you, be yourself, like what you like, love what you love, get what you want, buy what you want, play what you want, learn the way you want to learn, and be you. You know, don't let anybody sway you just because they think they know better. No one knows better other than you when it comes down to you. You know, don't let people kind of drag you into different corners of the spectrum just because they think it's the better place for you to be or whatnot. Anyway, I hope this has cleared up. I hope it's made some sense, people. Too. As usual with these kind of videos, I'm terrified that's just absolute waffle and nonsense, and I don't think that's made any sense. So I really hope that made some kind of sense of why I don't do negative reviews on here. It would take a lot for me to do one. I don't really know why I'd bother, anymore. It just wouldn't really work for me. So I'm not gonna. If I do a negative review, something's gone wrong, and it's probably not the real Dave. So in that case, you need to call the police and say I've been kidnapped and I've been replaced by a doppelganger who isn't me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vid, everybody. I hope it's made sense, this vid. I hope you enjoyed the intro jam. That just came flying out of this thing earlier on. Literally plugged it in, and that's what came out of it. And I was drawn to this guitar today. It was like, play this. There's a song in this today. So I love this guitar as well. It's amazing. So it's so easy to play as well. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the intro jam. I hope this has made some sense of why I won't do negative reviews. I hope it kind of like, if anybody's thinking, well, why does he never do anything kind of negative or anything? Why does he never do a product where he's like, oh, I don't like this? That's the reason why. And again, like I say, we're spoiled for choice in this day and age. There's so much good stuff out there. You have to go a long way to find bad stuff in this day and age. You really do. It mainly comes down to not necessarily the product being bad, it just that it doesn't work for you, if that makes any sense. That's what I found anyway, from my perspective. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. I'll see you again very soon for another vid. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. And goodbye now. Thank you very much. And I hope it's made some kind of sense, because I'm terrified now. What's new?